Hello and welcome back with some more Windows based tips and tricks. In this video we're going to take a look at how to go about copying a DVD. So if you've got a huge DVD collection and you want to put it away somewhere but you want to be able to watch your movies, then we're going to have a look at how to copy those movies onto the computer. And obviously if they're on the computer you've got various options. You can then copy them to another device, or alternatively if you've got something like an Xbox for example, you can actually stream that movie from your PC to your TV. Perhaps I'll show you how to do that in another video, but for now let's have a look at how to copy your DVDs. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to download a piece of software called Handbrake. I've already got it installed, but let me show you where you can find it. So go to your favorite search engine and type in Handbrake. Now as you can see with DuckDuckGo, my preferred search engine, it's the first item here below the ads, and all you'd have to do is click on this button here, save it to your desktop or wherever you prefer, double click on the exe, and it'll literally be a next install. And once it's installed you'll have it available via this start menu here, Handbrake. If not, just go ahead, click start, type Handbrake, and it'll pop up on the left hand side here. Just to show you that actually if you want to do the search in Google, let me show you what that looks like. Handbrake, and obviously let's go ahead and agree with the policy, and here we have Handbrake, same thing, first item, download Handbrake. Right, so once you've got that installed, it will be available by the start menu. If we click on that, see what it looks like. What you'll notice is there's no option on the left hand side to copy DVD at this moment in time. So what we want to do is we want to open drive. Open your DVD drive, take out your DVD, make sure there's no dust or fluff on it, give it a quick wipe, and then put it into your DVD drive. Right, I've just closed the DVD drive. Hopefully it'll load up. We should get a new item on the source selection on the left hand side here. Okay, as you can see, DVDs in the drive. I may close down Handbrake. Let's open it again. As we can see on the left hand side, we now have the option to open this DVD or Blu-ray. So let's click on that option. It's going to go away and scan the disc just to see what's on it. Let's give it a moment to do that. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so this is going to be a quick overview of what I like to do. I actually go ahead and leave pretty much everything as default. I mean, if you plan to put this on the web, you can click web optimized. I personally don't, because I don't intend on doing so. But what I will draw your attention to, if we click on the video tab, you'll see that there's a quality setting here, and we're currently sitting, roughly speaking, in the middle. Any higher than that you get closer to a placebo effect quality. Let's go and have a look at some of the options. What I like to do, or what I have done in the past, is I've gone to production and then max, and as you can see that creates an incredibly large file, probably unnecessary, but if you're like me and you want to copy at the absolute best possible quality, I have done this before, but there is a placebo effect there. What I'd recommend for most people though is I would go ahead and I would probably go to general and I would select high quality 1080p 30. or at a push you could probably go to general, super high quality, 30 frames a second. Any more than that is, to be honest, unnecessary. I actually have done a few experiments where I've copied it at production maximum, so we're right up here on the scale, and I've also done it with a general and a fast, actually fast 1080p 30, and in all honesty I had the films running side by side and I honestly could not tell the difference. But there are people out there, if you've got a huge hard drive and you really don't care how much space it takes up, then by all means. So once you've got this installed, have a look at the various different settings here and just decide what you think suits your requirements. I would encourage you to have a play with them just to see what works for you. For the purpose of this experiment though, we're going to go for fast 1080p 30 frames per second. Now at this stage, if you wanted to, you can preview to see what that would actually look like. So let's see a quick live preview, shall we? This will actually give you an indication of what the final quality is going to look like.
Are you accusing me of booby trapping?
Well, how about it?
That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to run with that. I don't want to play the film too much because I'm not entirely sure if the YouTube algorithm will copyright the video, although this will fall under fair use. But I'm going to leave it there. We're going to go ahead and click on Start Encode. Now, what this is going to do is going to essentially do a few scans of the disc and start copying the movie. Down at the bottom here, as you can see, it will give you an indication of what it's actually doing, and depending on the type of quality that you've selected, this can take potentially up to an hour, for example, possibly even over. However, if you've selected, like I have, fast 1080p 30 frames per second, you may well be looking at maybe 20 minutes, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this exactly as it is. I'm going to give it 10 minutes and I'm going to come back to it. So I will see you shortly.
A few moments later.
Okay, hello and welcome back. I did leave this doing its thing for 10 minutes, but it actually needed 30 minutes, which I don't think is too bad. I actually forgot to check the format, but luckily it is an MP4 format. So this is the location of where our video has been outputted. Don't worry that it says M4V. For all intents and purposes, an MP4 file and an M4V file are pretty much one and the same thing. So let's right click. So what I did is I right clicked that and said open directory. As you can see, this is our file. We can actually, if you really want to, just go ahead and rename that to an MP4 file. But wherever you have a player that will play an MP4 file, they'll also be able to go ahead and play the M4V file. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this copy. Okay, I'm quite happy with that file format. Let's skip a little bit.
Stop, man.
Well, that certainly looks good as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy with that. Let's have a quick look at the size of the file. Well, that is pretty incredible, if I'm honest. 734 megabytes. I'd certainly be pleased with that file size. Certainly the quality looks, I would say, and it's not particularly scientific, but I would say that looks pretty much like the original. And so that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you did, go ahead and like the video for me. That'll help my channel get some more views and the YouTube algorithm. If you'd like to see similar content to this in the future, why not go ahead and consider subscribing. And until the next time, take care.